Okay. This is weird. I can't see myself. I don't know how I feel about this. Alright, let's see. Hey, what's up, guys? So, I know that I've kind of been hyping up a Logic love letter recently on Snapchat and stuff, but I'm not quite ready to put that out yet, just because I want to make sure I get it right. You know, I really like Logic. I want to make sure I do it justice. And I want to put everything on there that I want and not look back at it later and be like, oh man, I wish I would have put this in here. Well, it's too late now. But anyway, this is kind of a more serious video, I want to say, just because some of the subject matter is a little personal, like going back a few years, like what, seven years almost? Yeah. So I get this question a lot, and it's like, why do you prioritize exercising, going to the gym so much? And it just seems like such an obvious answer. It's like, well, you know, you have to exercise to be healthy. You have to, some people do it to look good. I'm probably one of those people who does it to look good because, you know, have you seen buff people? Like, have you seen, like, my goodness, they, like, goals. And this question mainly comes up when, like, people are like, oh, why don't you come out with us and go get some drinks or this or that, and I'm like, well, I gotta go to the gym tonight, sorry, or like I gotta go running or etc. And I'm kind of addicted to working out. And I mean, you see like articles about people who are really addicted to working out. I'm not like those people. I'm not like, if I don't work out, I'm gonna like die. Because, I mean, there are days where I'm like, okay, I'll go hang out with you and I'll do the gym tomorrow or go exercise tomorrow, something like that. But to dive into why I prioritize exercising a little bit deeper, I guess we have to go back really far. I guess you can go back to 7th grade when it was kind of brought to my attention by one of my friends. Use the term friends loosely. I just remember I was sitting in class, it was biology, I believe, and my friend, well, for the sake of anonymity, we'll call him Bob, and I had known Bob ever since elementary school, and he was just like, man, Tim, when did you get so fat? And I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Because, like, I guess when you're a kid, you don't really think about it. I mean, I bet some kids do, but I wasn't one of the kids who thought about my weight or anything like that. I'd go to the doctor and be like, well, you're a little fat. Like, you know, you need to eat a little bit healthier, maybe not eat so much McDonald's. Because, boy, did I love McDonald's back then. It was always, like, 2 double cheeseburgers, large fries, and that was what I'd get, like, probably, like, 2 or 3 times a week. Like, damn. Like, did not care about nutrition whatsoever. And, I mean, it's not like they were even teaching you nutrition back when I was a kid. Like, it was still, like, the grody cafeteria food and, like, mom packing my lunch, so I really just ate what was ever given to me. Minus, like, some picky stuff. But, anyway, and that just, like, really hit me. He's like, man, you used to be so skinny. Like, what happened? And I was like, I don't know. I like McDonald's too much, I guess. And then, like, that kind of bothered me a little bit. Like, going into 8th grade and then onward to freshman year of high school, I really developed body issues, I guess you could say. Like, I'd look in the mirror and I'd notice all my imperfections. Like, I didn't have man boobs, I had, like, cone boobs, if you know what I'm talking about. And I never thought I could get fit. Like, because being fit at the time was kind of like an ideology. Like, it was just such an ivory tower thought that it's just like, oh, they just do so much to be fit. Like, there's no way I could ever get to that level. And it was kind of like that until freshman year of high school, because when you go into high school, a lot of people ask you, like, oh, are you going to get into any sports and stuff like that? And my mom, like, from kindergarten all the way up into probably 6th grade, was, like, just throwing me into a bunch of different sports, like soccer, baseball, basketball, football, all that stuff. And I never really, I mean, I stuck with basketball the longest, but, like, we sucked. Like, our team never did well. But anyway, I digress. So, going into freshman year of high school, like, it's probably the heaviest I was. I was probably 170. I don't exactly remember. But I remember my freshman photo ID, and I just looked like, I mean, everyone sees it differently, but I just, to myself, I looked like a blob. Like, it just looked like a stump. And you could just see my chubby cheeks, and I had long hair. It was a disaster. Fast forward to spring of my freshman year of high school, and I heard about the swimming team, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm interested in that. Swimming's cool. Like, my cousin had been on the swimming team and done water polo, so it was just kind of already in my mind. And then I almost didn't go to tryouts because I thought I had missed it, because I had thought you had to turn in your packet to your physical fitness packet to say that you're healthy enough to do sports. I thought I was too late, and my mom was just like, well, we'll show up, and if they say you're not on the team, you're not on the team, whatever. And at the time, like, when you're in high school, you're still kind of developing your identity, and you don't take failure that well. But anyway, like, I tried out in these, I don't know if you know what jammers are, but they're these really skinny shorts almost that you use to swim. I had those on, and just my, like, tummy fat just, like, going all over the place. And I wasn't the only fat kid trying out, so thank God I didn't feel that bad. But just, like, I had this mop of hair, and swimming with long hair is, like, it makes things a lot harder. But I ended up making the team anyway. I was one of the slowest to try out, actually. But over the years, like, I really, like, came into my own. Like, I looked a lot different. Like, I definitely lost weight unhealthily. Like, I think in the first year, I lost, like, 30 pounds. And, like, I really, like, shrunk down a lot. And then over the course of my 4 years on swimming, like, going from JV to varsity, I really toned down. And, like, people didn't even recognize who I was. Like, freshman year, like, I was just kind of a nobody. And then sophomore all the way into senior year, they're like, whoa, do I know you? And I'm like, yeah, I was in your class last year. And they're like, oh, you're Tim, dude, you look so different, you look so good. And I didn't really take positive reinforcement that well, so I was just like, oh, okay, thank you. That's just kind of the root of my wanting to exercise. Like, I had finally gotten to a size I was comfortable with, and it was just kind of that moment where I was like, I made it. Like, I look good. But it didn't just stop there, because once I got into college, I didn't really swim anymore, just because I didn't have a team to swim with, and at Fullerton they don't have a swimming team. And instead I started working out more, like going to the gym, lifting weights. And that is actually, I actually really enjoyed that a lot. It's just something about working out in the gym just makes you feel powerful. Because you can see the results. If you're doing it right, you can see the results. But in my first year or so working out at the gym, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was kind of just, like, looking up things online, just like, okay, well, I don't know what particularly I want to work out, but I know I want to do a full body at least. I want to work on everything. So I did that, and I started my first job at Office Depot, and everyone was like, "Whoa, Tim's kind of buff. Like, did you see Tim? Like, he's really big." And I'm like, oh, okay, thanks guys. So to get back on track here, the main reason why I prioritize exercising so much is because I don't want to ever go back to what I used to be. Like, when I skip a day, I kind of freak out. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, I'm getting a little flabby, even though it's not like that bad. And I'll just like want to go to the gym, like, I won't say freak out, but I'm just kind of like critical of myself. Like, even when I'm like going to the gym every day, well, not every day, like 5 days a week, and I just started running, I always see parts of myself that I could improve. God, kind of jumping all over the place here. Oh, it's only been 14 minutes. That's not that bad. We can edit that down. God, I just had like the biggest brain fart right now. Oh, I know what I missed. So being told that I look good was kind of like a news flash for me. It's like I always say this, it's my favorite question to ask because it makes girls and people so nervous. And I just asked them, when did you realize you were hot? And that was kind of my moment in sophomore year when I had finally gotten to like slim down to 140. That's kind of when I realized I was good looking. Like, when you have no confidence in yourself and you just kind of have this idea in your head like, oh man, like the idea of getting a girlfriend and like all this stuff related to that is just so far off to me that I don't know if I can ever achieve that. And like being fit and being healthy also kind of boosted my confidence, because even in sophomore year, like I wasn't kind of used to it yet. I was really cringy. Like, I remember giving a speech about like the first time I saw snow, and I just was stumbling all over myself. Like, I was trying to be funny and no one thought it was funny, and I was just like, oh God, kill me now. And just being fit and it just builds confidence for me. And some people take that as ego, my friends included apparently. But I'm honestly not a big ego guy. I'm sorry if I come off that way. It's just like that's just kind of my attitude, I want to say, but I digress. Alright, we're back. Just a few more comments I want to make. Someone commented the other day, they were like, oh, I'm too shy, like I'm afraid to do this or that. And I just told them, like, being shy will get you nowhere. And I just told them I can talk from experience because I used to be shy. And they're like, oh, there's no way you used to be shy, Tim. You're so confident now. And I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that, because I used to be so shy, and I'm really glad that people think that about me. I'm sorry if I come off as like kind of dismissive when people are commenting, giving me, god damn it, giving me good comments about like me, whether it's like physicality or attitude, that sort of thing. I'm really grateful for those good comments that I get. And I guess what I want, and here I thought I was done. Okay, well I guess I gotta wrap this up. The biggest takeaway I want people to get out of this is that if you want to change for good reasons, not because someone told you to, but if you really want to change yourself, you can do it. Anyone can do it. It's possible. And if I was at a point where I thought I could never get to where I am now, you can too. So just keep that in mind. I hope everything I said kind of came off the way I wanted it to, and people understand where I'm coming from and why I prioritize exercise and going to the gym so much. But thank you guys for sitting through this. Really appreciate it. I know some of this stuff can be pretty long and like I'm all over the place. Hopefully when I'm editing this, talking to you, editing Tim, you can straighten this out and into a way that people can understand it. But I'm gonna try and for my next video get that Logic love letter out because I'm really excited to do it. I've just been doing I've been playing a lot of video games, to be honest. I just finished Kingdom Hearts again for like the billionth time. Love that game. And now I'm playing Nier Automata, which is a pretty interesting game. It's more Dark Souls-like. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.